the Ricoh GR3. Now this is a real world review, someone who's used and abused this camera. I mean, this is, I don't take as much care of it as I should do, but I use this camera every day. I take it everywhere with me. It is the ultimate everyday camera for me. And I've owned other point and shoots. I've owned the Fujifilms. I've owned a couple of them. I sold them. I owned the Leica Q3. And I sold that again at the end of last year because I kept reaching for this. I actually sold this camera, not this exact one, but I sold the Ricoh GR3 about 3 years ago because it didn't have a viewfinder, and I thought that was the be all and end all with the camera. Having owned all the other pocketable point and shoots, I ended up going back for this one for the sheer reason of, there you go, it fits in my jeans pocket or shorts pocket, or other trousers exist that it fits in. But it's genuinely a pocketable camera. You can take it everywhere with you, and it is I've found it to be the best travel camera on the market. Now the Ricoh GR4 is out now. The specs aren't that much better. Here's the thing. Don't get hung up on specs of cameras anymore. Well, I don't anyway. Because since like 2020, the things you get on modern day cameras are amazing. I don't know how much better cameras can get. Like, you can shoot in 8K RAW now on some cameras. So my TV didn't show 8K. This is, I think it's a crop sensor. It's a 28mm lens. The lens is absolutely phenomenal. I would argue, and I know there's people going to go absolutely mental here, this is as good a 28mm lens as I've used, and I've owned the Leica Q3 with the 28mm Summilux, which is a £6,000 lens. I get that's probably optically better. Leica people out there, don't go mental. I'm saying the sharpness, the quality of this 28mm lens is unbelievable on a camera that costs £900. It's as good a 28mm lens as I've ever used. It's tack sharp. The camera, the files that come out of this are, again, I own the Leica Q3 and it is a beautiful camera, but the files that you get out of this are just phenomenal. The RAWs, you can pretty much do anything you want with them, providing you expose correctly, which is the same for any RAW file. Providing you expose correctly, you can manipulate these. They take hard presets. They're just a really, really beautiful file to work with. And it all comes out of a camera this size. I'm struggling to find any negatives about this camera anymore. The negatives that I found 3 years ago are the negative that says video. Utter dog shit. Use a potato rather than this for video. It is not even worth reviewing. Just don't do it. Crap. But the LCD screen is bright enough in sunny weather. It's not a flip screen. It doesn't tilt or anything, so you are stuck with just a fixed screen, but so what? I mean, I hardly use any of the features on the camera. It's got different, you can put different film recipes into it, but I don't really use them. I stay on like negative film preset most of the time, but I shoot in RAW, so it's on so I can see a nice image on the back of the screen. It's got a macro lens mode on, and it has a cool focus called snapped focus, which is, it's kind of a hybrid between zone focusing and autofocus. So you can set the snap focus on this to say 2 meters, and when you press the shutter like hard, it will just focus to 2 meters, and everything from 2 meters, providing your hyperfocal distances, everything from 2 meters and beyond will be in sharp focus, which is pretty cool. So if you're doing street photography, it's really good to just shoot from the hip and know that you can kind of set it and forget it if you're at like f8. I use this in aperture priority 99% of the time, and just exposure compensation just with this dial on the back. I really can't think of many negatives to say. I've taken thousands of photographs on this camera. It's been all over Europe with us. We've recently got back from a trip in Cornwall, and that's why I'm doing this review, because we just got back and I just thought, this is just unbelievable. Like, even when I had the Q3 and when I had the Fujifilm, I always for some reason I always reach for this camera. It's just the easiest one to carry. When we go out for a meal, I'd put this in my pocket. I'd leave the Leica Q3 at home, or I'd leave it in the safe. I'd be worried about losing the Leica Q3. This gets used and abused. It's like gets beaten up, gets launched in my bag. But it is just, I just love it. And people always say to me, well, what's the point in having a camera like that when you just use your phone? And I get what they're saying, like, and I get that, but at the end of the day, using your phone it's your phone, innit? It's not a camera. Another quality on the iPhones now are brilliant. You can shoot in RAW, but I just don't like using my phone. I just don't do it. And if you don't shoot in RAW, Apple, I don't know if it's same on Android, but Apple's algorithm or whatever it is just makes everything HDR, completely just dismisses how you think you want to shoot the photograph. And I just don't like it. So I don't like using my phone. And I think it's obvious now. People say, well, using your phone's pretty inconspicuous. I think it's more obvious people taking a photograph on their phone now than when you've just got like something like this, which is just it just looks like a little tourist camera. It's just phenomenal quality. And the best camera, they say the best camera out there is the one that you have with you when you need it. And with it being this small, there's just no excuse to not have it on me ever. It honestly goes everywhere with me. And what else do I love about it? It's USB-C charging, so you can just charge on the go. I've got some spare batteries with them, don't even know where they are. They're a rip-off, they're about 45 quid. I bought some third-party ones. The battery life's not amazing, but it's good enough. And then whenever you stop for a coffee or anything, just whack it on charge. It charges really quickly because it's such a small battery. And it's just a phenomenal camera. I love it. I use it at weddings. I use it for behind the scenes stuff. I recently worked on a small film, and I did all the BTS behind the scenes photographs on this camera, and I think they come out absolutely fantastic. Providing you expose the files correctly, which is the same in any camera you use for photography. If you expose correctly, there's nothing you can't do with these files. I know the dynamic range won't be what you get on a full frame camera, but so what? Just work with the light you've got and decide how you want to expose it. If it's too bright, then underexpose your shadows. If it's too dark, then bring your shadows up. Do what you want to do with it. But it's not about the gear. I know it's ironic as I'm talking about this. People say it's not all about the gear. This is one piece of gear I don't think I could replace. First time I've said that out loud. Well, it's the first time I've thought it. My Sony cameras could quite easily be replaced with Canon, could quite easily be replaced with Nikon, whatever else. Because the bodies and the lenses and the systems, they're all pretty much of a muchness, and they all require a big ass bag to carry it around. This is the only piece of photography of equipment I've got that I literally can't replace. This is truly pocketable. I can pick this up off the counter, off my desk, and put it in my pocket and I'm good to go. I can't do that on my Sonys. I couldn't do that with the Leica. I couldn't do that with the Fujifilms because they're too big. You need to put them on a strap, or you need to put them, and you need like a wrist, what they called, like a leash, or you need a bag. They're not pocketable unless you wear those cargo pants that we used to wear back in like the 90s. But this is the only one that's pocketable, so it's irreplaceable to me. I've got some more trips lined up this year, and we've also got a baby on the way, so this will be perfect for getting those little on-the-go snaps. I keep wanting to use my professional cameras more at home, but I always end up reaching for this, and I've got to stop saying this is not a professional camera, because I do use this on professional shoots. I use this at weddings. If you're in the market for a point and shoot, I couldn't recommend a camera more than the Ricoh GR3. I suppose I could say the GR4, but I've not used the GR4. But I imagine it's more expensive than the GR3. So if you can pick this up, pick it up. I think this is about 900 quid, which I know is not cheap, but in the camera world, it's not expensive. You can get them off MPB, look for one second hand. People who are upgrading to the 4, then you might pick up a GR3 at a good deal. But real world review. I've taken thousands of photographs with it. I'm a professional photographer, and it's as good a camera as I've used. So I think if you get it, you wouldn't be disappointed with it. Just if you're obsessed with having a viewfinder, then you shit out of luck. But I hope this review's been useful. And yeah, let me know if you've got one or if you're interested in one, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Cheers.